I suppose was it 2002 I've got down here, then you both sort of arrived at Queen's did to play a bit of rugby. Like, what was that? I suppose, Gareth, for you, first and foremost, like, what was the attraction down to Belfast to play for Queen's, I suppose?
Well, obviously, when you leave school, it was more about like I was hoping to get myself in. Well, at that point, I got myself into the Ulster Academy, so being in around Belfast was the best thing. I was going to Biffy at the time. I was going up doing I think it was I'm trying to remember now what it was, some sort of
Yeah.
sports and recreation, leisure management thing.
Okay.
And I was doing it in there, and I spoke to a few of the guys at. It was either between that, it was Belfast Harlequins or Queens, and Andre Bester was the coach at Belfast Harlequins, and at that stage, I know I ended up going to Rotherham and spending time, and actually was one of the best things I ever did going with him. But at the time, I was kind of advised by the Ulster Academy, stay away from that guy. Yeah, Queens just seemed to fit. You know, you were playing with a lot of guys who were young, in and around that sort of in and around that academy system. So it kind of just seemed to fit the bill, and the style of rugby, obviously, that Queens wanted to play. It was you're playing with a lot of guys who are a similar age. You're not playing with, it wasn't a lot of men really playing. We were all around that 22 years old age. And yeah, it was really good fun. And was the attraction of it was.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to hear that. Actually, like, we still, so that's still the big pool for a lot of young guys. We've currently got about 10 or so guys in that sort of like sub academy level coming out of school, and they just enjoy that environment, playing with their guys similar age. And I suppose to get a quicker shot at senior rugby as well, because we're a student club and that age, we'll have to give guys shots a wee bit earlier. So no, it's good to hear that was the case and what attracted you back then. Like, so Tommy, something similar, or what was your sort of story?
Well, for me, going to Queen's, listen, I probably owe my whole rugby career to going to Queen's. That going to play there, the style of rugby that we had to play, we weren't the biggest team. You know, we were playing in All Ireland 3 at the time, up against these huge packs all over Ireland, and we couldn't compete with these massive packs. So we had to throw the ball about and play exciting rugby. And you know, that just took my career to a whole new level. You know, having the likes of Steno at 10, we had Spency at 9, we had a great back row. Like, and you know what the best thing about it, and I think that university rugby is different to so many other clubs, is the crack off the pitch as well, the bus trips, you know, even during the week as well. You're playing with your peers, you're playing with guys similar ages to you. And, you know, we couldn't compete, we couldn't try and do set piece rugby. We just had to get the ball off the top of the line out and try and run teams ragged. And I absolutely, you know, we had Keith Patton, who was our head coach at the time, and he used to tear his hair out at us sometimes, because I just remember at times, you know, playing in the dub, and it'd be a miserable day, and some team would score a driving maul against us nearly from the halfway line. And we just kept going backwards and backwards. Or the scrum from the 22. I remember we conceded a scrum, I think, from our own 22 nearly. But, you know, as soon as we got the ball out, and the forwards and everybody just was encouraged to really play some exciting rugby. So it was great memories, great crack on and off the pitch. And, you know, I owe a huge amount to Queen's.